What's up guys, Xbox Mob 360 here, and in today's video I have another laser review for you guys. So what I have to review here today is kind of like a nice little beginner pack. It comes with 3 different pens, a red one, a green one, and a bluish purple one. And these laser pointers are in a pen style. They kind of look like a pen, they have like a little clip. You'll see in just a moment when I open it up. This bundle only cost me about $8. And for that $8 you do get all 3 of the laser pointers. So these laser pointers are most likely Chinese made, but I do have US sellers to provide you with. And I'm just going to go ahead and start opening this up right now. These most likely won't have a box or anything like that because they are an unbranded generic Chinese product. So they're probably just going to be, wrapped in some bubble wrap. No box or instructions or manual or anything like that, but I wasn't really expecting it. You have the 3 separate laser pointers, and I'm just going to start taking these out of their packages as well. But right away you guys are able to tell that these laser pointers are in kind of a pen style. If you didn't look at the top half of the laser and you just looked at the bottom half, you would think it is a pen. So that's one of the things I'm going to say I really do like about these lasers is the style and size of them. Unlike some of my higher powered bulky lasers that are the size of lightsabers, these are really small and discreet and you can carry it around and most people would think it's a pen. They're not very heavy though, they're kind of lightweight, but they definitely are made of metal, probably aluminum. The lasers may end up weighing a bit more when I put the batteries in though. Each one of these lasers takes 2 AAA batteries. And that's the first bad thing I gotta say about these laser pointers, because I did own one of these in the past and I know firsthand that these lasers, it kinda sucks having to use disposable batteries with these instead of a rechargeable battery. And just so you guys know, that part I unscrewed right there is how you get to the battery area. You put both batteries in negative side up, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, back to what I was saying, it ends up costing you a lot more money in the long run too, because one set of AAA batteries only lasted me a couple of days, maybe a week tops if I wasn't using the laser pointer that much. And then you have to multiply that by 3 for each one of the lasers in this set. So that really bugged me because I ended up having to buy like a pack of batteries every month or so. So just be aware of that before you buy this laser. So as you guys just saw while I was talking, I did manage to put the batteries in and try out the laser, and the red one worked just fine. This one right here that I'm showing you guys is another one of them, but I'm just showing you guys there's a little engraving on that clip too. And it just says laser pointer, and I just figured I'd show you guys that. I'm now going to zoom into a close-up shot of what those safety labels actually say on each one of these lasers. So all 3 of these lasers are pretty much identical, and you wouldn't even be able to tell them apart if it wasn't for these safety labels. The red one is a 650 nanometer, the green one is a 532, and the bluish purple one is a 405. And all 3 of these lasers are rated at 5 milliwatts, and I don't really believe that. I'd probably put them somewhere between the 20 to 30 milliwatt range. These lasers aren't focusable or burning, but just from personal experience, I would say that they're probably a bit higher than 5. But in order to get around custom laws, they'll usually rate them at 5 milliwatts, even though they're a bit higher, just so that they're able to ship them internationally. And I really wish I had an LPM to test that out for myself, but I don't. If any of you have an LPM and you've tested out the strength of these lasers, let us know in the comments below. And for anybody who's new to lasers, just ignore those numbers. The nanometer number just refers to the color of the laser, and the milliwatt number just refers to the strength, but you don't really need to know that if you're just a beginner. So now that I've showed you pretty much all there is to show you about this laser, I'm now going to move on to actually testing out the lasers in different lighting levels and showing you guys just how strong they are. So this first one is what the laser looks like in a dimly lit indoor room, and I'm going to show you guys all 3 of them. But this first one right here is what the green one looks like, and the dot's pretty bright, but the beam just really isn't that visible. I mean, you can just kind of barely see it when standing right behind it, but it's not as strong as I thought it would be. So moving on, we now have the bluish purple one, and this one appears a lot more blue than it really is. It's more of a purple color. This is probably the least bright out of all 3 of them, but it's still pretty bright. So I'm now going to move on to the red one, and the red laser is definitely my favorite out of the 3 because it is the brightest. The dot is extremely bright, and the beam is just as visible as the beam on the green one, if not more visible. And it's not like incredibly visible, you can still only see it when you're standing right behind it, but that comes as a surprise to me because usually green lasers are more visible than red ones, but not in this case. So what I'm showing you guys right now is what the lasers look like on a sunny day outside, and I'm starting off with the purple one, and I have to zoom into it to kind of follow it and show you guys because it really just is not visible during the day. None of the beams on any of these lasers are visible during the day, but you can kind of see the dots, and I don't know if you guys are able to follow that purple one because, like I said, that's the least visible of the 3. The red one is definitely the most visible during daytime. And as you guys can see on that rock wall way in the back of the yard, this laser is visible from several hundreds of feet away, even during daytime, so that's another reason why this red one is my favorite. The green one is definitely the second brightest, and it's kind of tough to see just because of the grass, but you can also see that one way on the back rock wall if we follow it. And for safety purposes, I would suggest that you guys get a pair of laser safety glasses. I would also suggest that you guys be smart with this laser. Don't aim it at any living creature or at any vehicles or anything that would get you in trouble. So I'm now going to move on to a dark room setting, and I'm going to start off with the green laser. Like I said, the green laser and the red laser, you can just barely see the beam when you're looking from directly behind it. And it's so faint that you guys probably aren't able to see it on the camera, but those dots are still pretty bright, so even if you can't see the beam with these lasers, it's still a nice laser pointer because, like I said, especially the red one, the dots on all three of these lasers are pretty bright for the price you pay. And sometimes not being able to see that beam can be a good thing, and I'm not suggesting you guys go out and do anything bad with these lasers, but sometimes you may want to use the laser without somebody following the beam all the way back to where you are. So if that's the case, this is probably the laser set for you, and this is just what the bluish purple one looks like. Still no beam, but the laser dot is still very bright. And I did have one last really cool thing to show you guys. If any of you have a fog machine or you have a really foggy day, try out your laser pointer. You'll get an amazing effect just like this. It'll basically turn your laser beam into a lightsaber, and it makes your beam completely visible even on really weak lasers like these. And all I did was close my door and just fill this room with a non-harmful fog machine for about 2 minutes, and I got this amazing effect. So yeah, definitely try that out if you get the chance. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you as far as the lasers go. I'm just going to talk about them for a minute or two right now. The only issues I really had with them, the biggest issue, of course, is the fact that they run on AAA batteries, which is really annoying. They're also a bit more light than I would like them to be, and they don't really seem too heavy duty. They seem like something where they would probably break if I dropped it hard enough. And I would kind of like those beams to be a little bit more visible, but for the price you pay of $8, I really can't complain all that much. This is a very nice beginner's kit for somebody who's never really had a laser pointer before. And I do also like how discreet these are and how they kind of look like a pen, so they're not that noticeable. I really can't argue with that price, and I have to give it a good review just because you're getting 3 lasers for only $8. But if you guys were looking for something a bit more heavy duty, like a laser where you can actually see the beam, I would go with either the military green laser pointer or the laser 303 green laser pointer. I'll put links to both those videos that I've done reviews on in the video description, as well as some links on where you guys can buy this laser set from US sellers. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap up this review on the 3-piece laser pen kit. If you guys found this video helpful in any way at all, hit that like button below, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button for more amazing laser videos. And as always guys, thank you for watching from Xbox Mob 360.